how to play against the King's Indian defense. Last time we talked about the Slav defense, but this time I will show you what to do if opponent is playing the King's Indian defense. Very nice way of handling the King's Indian defense. So, d4, you are going to be playing this from the white side, okay? Knight f6. c4, g6, knight to c3, and at this moment we don't know it's a King's Indian defense yet. We don't know yet, because it can still turn to a different opening here. If he plays the move d5. If he plays the move d5, it will be a Grunfeld defense, okay? But we're talking about this opening today. Bishop g7. As soon as he plays bishop g7, we know that is which opening? King's Indian defense, okay? So remember, as soon as he plays bishop g7, as soon as you see this, right? In the first three moves, that means this is King's Indian defense, okay? Now, Nimzo is different. Now, it's not an easy opening to play against because there are a lot of different lines, a lot of sharp lines perhaps, but I will show you a very simple system that will help you to get advantage, okay? Knight goes on f3. Developing the knight. Now he plays castle. And now bishop to g5. Take a look how white is setting up his pieces. d6, e3. So the opening name is King's Indian, but the name of this system, anybody familiar with this system maybe? Or heard the name of it? The name for this system for white. What's the name of this system? No? Okay, yeah, I'm not sure if you know this, but you will know it after today's lesson. This is called Smyslov Petrosyan system, okay? Named after two very strong players, okay? World champion, and Smyslov and Petrosyan, they're the ones who play this, okay? This system was developed by them, and I have been playing this system for a very, very long time, okay? And with some very, very good results. Now, the point of this move is when they play the King's Indian, they're aiming for more attacking type of positions. So, but when we play this system with e3s, we try to make this bishop more blocked. So bishop is not as active, okay? We try to, you know, steer away from the complicated lines, but play more like solid setup here. Now, knight bd7. The point of this move is to try to play perhaps e5. You develop your bishop on e2. Now they play c6. Is another useful move here. And now here most people would just castle here, but you will play a different move, the better move here, okay? And the better move here is queen to c2. Because when you play queen c2, you will set up a very nice trap here. h6, bishop on h4, g5, bishop g3, and now black plays knight h5. Now, white to play, do you see the tactical idea that will help you to win material or even checkmate him if he's not careful here? Something about this knight here. This knight is loose. Something about this knight. Okay? Something about it. What can you do here, huh? I see a couple of hands. Let's see here. Yes?
Knight takes g5.
Knight takes g5. He is sacrificing his knight, and if he takes, you take his knight. At the end of this little combination, now you won a pawn. Okay? And you have very nice position. You won the pawn. So, excellent. And if he makes a blunder and takes your bishop, what are you going to do to win this game immediately?
Take it.
Better. You have something much better than take it, okay? Something much better. Yes?
Queen h7 checkmate.
Very good. Queen takes h7 checkmate. It's a long range move, and it will be a checkmate. Okay? So remember this tactical idea. So in this position, black starts chasing around your bishop. And as soon as he puts it there, you go knight g5. If he takes the bishop, checkmate. If he takes, we take. Okay. Now, another idea here, another way a game can develop here, if black plays c5, attacking the central pawn, you push the pawn to d5, and again, they try to chase your bishop. Every time they try to chase your bishop, there is a chance for you to do some tactical idea. You retreat. They chase the bishop, you go here. Knight h5. Bishop d3. I hit twice this position, and both times my opponent blundered. Two different types of blunders. So one opponent played e5. And this is a mistake. Why? Why this is a mistake, huh? Now he is losing at least a pawn, and he will technically have a losing position here. Yes? Yes. En passant, correct. Now he takes back with the bishop. And now what can you do here? An idea that will help you to win a pawn, actually two pawns at least here. At least two pawns here. Continue.
Move the bishop to d6.
Excellent, very good. Bishop d6, look, he's sacrificing his bishop. And if he captures, the follow-up is? Yes? Discovery check. He takes back and we pick up the queen. You see how that works? Very nice idea. Let's do it again. So in this position, my opponent played e5, and you take. He takes, and bishop d6. One more time, I want to demonstrate that this is a very, very nice tactic, because if he takes, what do we do?
Then we move the bishop and
Win the point. Very good. You have a question?
what if he doesn't take with the bishop and he takes with the pawn?
Same thing. Doesn't change anything. Still check. Takes bishop h7. My opponent right here, when I took right here, he already realized the problem. And he was a good player, international master. Right here, he realized, yeah, he made a mistake. And he took on g3. He took on g3, and now, very important in between move check. Okay? In between move you have here. Because if you just capture back, then he will capture back. So you have to do a very nice in-between idea. Yes? With a check.
The bishop to h7.
You could, but then he just takes. He just takes. You need something else. Yes?
Pawn takes f7.
Pawn takes f7 check. Very good. Now rook takes and pawn takes g3. Very nice. That's the idea. Now I went on to win the game because I just played bishop to e4, bishop d5, extra pawn, and a lot of pressure. Okay? Very nice position. Okay. The other game that I won was my opponent here played knight d7. You know, thinking that this might be okay. This opponent was also a good player, 2300 FIDE rating player. He played knight d7. But now this is a blunder again. Why? Why is this a blunder? Let's think, okay? So we can find the tactical idea again that will help us win material. What's the idea here? Think a little bit more, because it's not so simple, this idea. It looks very natural, but you have to go a little bit deeper on the line. Now, what can you do here? Again, opponent has a loose piece, yeah? And that loose piece is this knight here. You know, and you have to think about what can you do to do something about that loose piece. Yes? Knight g5, excellent. e5, no, not knight e5. Knight, not e5, yes? Knight g5. Now, if he takes with this pawn, you just go queen h5. Threatening mate and threatening to win. So you're doing great here. You're winning. So he will take on g3, your bishop, expecting next to take your knight. So what can you do now? Yes? Yeah.
That knight, the knight on g5 to e6.
Yeah, but then he takes.
Then you take with the pawn.
Then he takes your rook. And you lose your rook too. I mean, it's not. Yeah, you lose your rook as well.
And then you take the knight.
Yeah, but you lose a lot. You lose like knight, rook, bishop. You'll be down a lot in that line. Okay, so don't want to do that right now. Just play simple. Play simple. Yes. How do we play simple here? You could go bishop h7, but let's do that a little later. Okay, that move. It doesn't. It's not as strong right now to do it right away. Simple play needed here. Yes. Your rook is hanging. You will lose the rook here. Yes? Of course. H pawn, you get the H file is now open. Now your H file is open and you can attack on it. So now he takes. And now it's very important to play this move right now, because otherwise his king is going to escape. He's going to move the rook away and escape. So you want to make a move so he doesn't escape now. Yes? Then he goes rook e8. See, then he goes rook e8. You don't want him to go rook e8, because once he goes rook e8, anytime you check him, he's going to go to f8 and he's going to find a safety area there, okay? He's going to find that safety area there. So what are we going to do here? So he doesn't go. George, yes.
I was gonna say rook to h8.
That would work. That would work, but if he blunders like this, that would be brilliant. Yes. That would be excellent, George. But the problem is he takes with the bishop. And then he brings the defender in, you know. So that's a nice idea. That would have worked if the bishop wasn't there. That would have been a brilliant way to force the checkmate, okay? So now, we need to force the king to the area. Force him to the corner. Yes? Remember, we have to move his king there, yeah? How can you move him? Think. Check. Now he goes here. My opponent saw this. He saw this idea, but he thought, you know, next move he's just going to put a knight here. He's just going to put a knight there. And he will be safe. But he missed the idea. He missed my idea that he might not be able to do that. This is a, you know, not an easy move. Again, this is not an easy move. I know you're thinking about just mating him here. But you need to find a very good move here, okay? Not an easy move here. So let's see. I see a couple of hands here. Correct answer, George. Yes, correct. Knight e4. The idea to control the f6 square. And this is the move that my opponent missed it. Because normally you look at the concrete lines, you know, bringing the queen in, like you bring the queen in, it doesn't really work. He goes here. It doesn't really work. So that's why we have to go knight e4 here, and now this works. Let's see why. Now, knight f6. Continue. Knight takes on f6. Now pawn takes f6. And now you got to get your queen in, right? Queen is ready to go where?
c2.
Better. More active. More active. You want to be closer where the action is, so you can mate him. You know, this is the king, right? We want a king to be where? Where do you want your queen to be? Yes. Of course, h5. Yes. And now you're threatening to go check and queen h7 mate. Check, queen h7 mate. So he goes rook e8. And now, what you going to do? After he goes rook e8, we have a lot of discovery checks, but they're not going to result into a win. You need something better here. To do something better here, something so his king is completely exposed here. What can we do here? Because he's got a lot of defenders, you know? Yes?
We go bishop to f5.
Yes, but then he goes here. And when you're about to mate him, he escapes. Okay? So that's what he's trying to. He's trying to escape here. That's why it's not so. What can you do here instead? Yes, in the back, very back, yes. Very strong, yes. Very strong, because now you move your bishop, he is getting mated here. No choice for him. You move the bishop, he is getting mated now, okay? He is. Now he does anything. That's anything, let's say. And now, time to mate. How? Yes? And he goes here. There's several ways to mate here. Several ways. Now, yes? And what is that? That is checkmate indeed. Excellent. Excellent job, okay? That's how you mate in this line, okay? So let's make sure we go back so you can see this idea again. Again, let's start from the very beginning, okay? Let's see if you can reach this position from the very, very beginning. See if you were paying attention when I show you this theory. Okay, the first move. I need somebody who can say the first move for white. What was the first move? Yes.
On D4.
Second move. Second move. Third move. Third move.
Knight to C3.
Fourth move. Yes. Now next move. Yes. F4. G5. And what is the name of this opening, first of all? Which opening is this? King's Indian defense, correct. What's the name of this system? You remember, who remembers the system? I mentioned to you the King's Indian defense is the name of the opening, but what is the system? It is Smyslov Petrosyan. Yes. Both very, very strong players, Smyslov and Petrosyan, okay? Very positional, and they were the ones who really played the system a lot, and that's why they name after them. So now C5, and your center is attacked. What do we gotta do? D5. H6. Now, we just need to retreat, right? Yes. Go. Retreat. Yeah, H4. G5. Retreat here. Knight H5. Bishop develops on D3. And now, knight to D7. We already checked E5, but knight to D7 here. Do you see the idea here? What is the idea now? To win this game. Yes?
Knight to E4.
Knight to, that's later, that's later. This is the tactic time, okay, where you can expose the king. Yes? Absolutely. If he takes with the pawn, then we just take on H5. So it's not good. So he has to take back with this piece on G3. Continue. He takes your knight. Remember, it's important that we push his king on H8 right now, because otherwise we're not going to be able to do it later. So we have to push him right now. And how are we going to do that? Okay. And now the difficult move. Remember, a lot of suggestions here. A lot of you were trying to suggest the move. But what is the move here? To prevent, to make sure that if the knight ever reaches there, what are you going to do? Correct answer. Yes, knight e4. Now queen h5 is coming. So he plays knight f6. Now, what do you do now?
You take the knight.
Absolutely, you take the knight. And if he takes? Now, which piece comes into the attack? Where? Absolutely. Now you're ready to go bishop g6 check, rook checkmate. So he goes rook e8. And now, remember, when the rook moves, don't think about checkmate again. Try to eliminate all the defenders, okay? All the defenders.
Queen takes
F, yeah? That's f7. Queen takes f7. Excellent. Now he goes rook e7, and now several ways to mate, but what would be the simplest way to do it? Simplest way to finish this game here. Yes? F5, G6, anywhere, okay? It's same thing. He goes here, only move. And now, Queen H7, I have a rook. Yeah, I have a rook, so be careful. Rook H7, checkmate. Okay, excellent. Very good, very good. Now, at the end, I want to show you, we're going to have some practice, okay? Practice games as well. I want to show you one really cool position. White to play. It looks like white is in trouble because black is just going to queen this without any resistance. And if you try to create your own pass pawn, you're just really late, you know, here. You're just late. It just goes here, stops your pawns.
I know, but both pawns are 2 away from.
Yeah, so that's not going to work. So black king is closer, but there is a very nice way for you here to make a draw here. Very unique idea. Okay? Unique way to make a draw here. Let's see. Okay, so what's the idea here? Very tricky idea, very tricky. You probably never seen this idea before, but it's a very, very beautiful way of making a draw here. So let's see. I see a couple of hands here, but you sure you have this? Okay, is it a unique idea? Okay, go ahead, take a shot.
You get as close to that pawn as you can with your king.
Oh, that's not going to work. Look, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By the time you do that, he's going to queen here. Is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that plan not going to work.
But if you get as close as you can, you still might be able to take it.
Okay, let's see. You go here, I go here. You go here, I go here. You're just way too far, you know? See, you're like, I can't even make a pass here, and you still cannot catch me. Let's say I pass, yeah? You go here, then I queen. That's how much behind you are, you know? That I give you a pass, and I still queen. So that's not going to work. But we have something else we can try to do here. Very nice idea. Is it a special idea? Okay, give a shot.
King G3.
Okay, King G3. Okay.
Then King H4.
What is he trying to do here? Let's see. A3.
G3.
G3. I push.
Stalemate.
That's called the self-stalemate idea. Okay, you brought your king all the way there and you closed the door with G3 here, so the king got trapped. And this is a self-stalemate idea. Very good job. Excellent. Okay.
What if he
So,
doesn't play that move?
okay, anything he does. Anything. What do you want to do instead? Yes? I understand, but the problem is it's stalemate. There's no more moves we can make. The game ended here with a draw because it's a stalemate idea. Okay? If you had a queen here, then you would have had the checkmate here. So it wouldn't work, but this is just a stalemate. Self-stalemate idea. Okay, everyone, good job. We have about 20 minutes. We're going to do casual play, okay?